What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Steven. This is Steven in Stereo, and in today's video, we are continuing down this path of BTS working on some solo music while they, have that moment of creativity, that moment to have a little bit of a chance to explore their own genres and their own styles. We just recently checked out J-Hope's newest single, and honestly, so fucking cool. It was so awesome to hear him do that style. So if you guys want to check that out, it's on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be checking out Charlie Puth doing Left and Right with Jung Kook of BTS. Now, I will say that, well, I don't know much about either of these people. Jung Kook, I only know of like stuff in BTS. Charlie Puth, I don't know that I've ever listened to anything from him, so this will be like an interesting thing for that as well. So I'm excited to dive into this. Like I said, it's just cool to see BTS, exploring those creative options within their solo careers. I think that's fucking sick. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Let's check this out. This is Left and Right.
Memories follow me left and right. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over
Oh, okay.
here. You take up every corner.
You know what? Yeah. Okay, you can do that because it's fucking sick. You know what? Like stereo sound, right? What was it, like the Beatles that really fucked around with that a lot? It's something that we take for granted sometimes. Sometimes you're just so used to listening to music that sometimes little separations like that maybe don't hit as hard anymore. But I've got my stereo set up here when I don't have the headphones, and I still appreciate audio separations like that when it comes to the vocals. Obviously, when you can break apart instrumentation as well, we're saying a lot for 5 seconds. It's really not that big of a deal, but I still fucking love that.
Left and right. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna
Hey.
do now? Ever since the day you went away, no, I don't know how to erase your body from out my brain. What you gonna
Woo.
do now? Maybe I should just focus on me instead. All I think about are the nights we were tangled up in your bed. Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Oh yeah. Two things. One, Charlie's voice is really great. I'm shocked that I've never really listened to his stuff before. But also I love the production on this song so much. More than just this stereo separation, which is again, not that big of a deal. It's kind of common these days. However, I love the way that it's being utilized in the production of this to really bring these harmonies and then bring them together and have those separate moments and then put them back together. There's something very I don't know. There's things about music that are so far beyond just the song itself. And sometimes I wish I'd have just been a fucking music producer or a Blake McLean type where I could just fucking nerd out about this kind of shit.
You're going round in circles, got you stuck up in my head. Yeah. Memories follow me
Woo.
left and right. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? Ever since the day you went away.
Hey!
How much more do I gotta drink for the pain? You did things to me that I just can't forget. Think about all the nights we were tangled up in your bed.
Oh my God.
Oh no, oh no, oh no.
Okay, Jungkook's vocals are so beautiful in this. You gotta think about it. When you have a feature like this, you do this major collaboration, you want the styles to somehow match up. Now, sometimes we see various things when it comes to a pop artist working with a hip hop artist, in which you'll notice that hip hop artist does not take the same approach that they would to a track that they were doing within their own genre or with other hip hop artists. They will typically take that sound and morph it to work more with the genre that they're doing. And I only say that to say that in a situation like this, you've got somebody like Jungkook who has such beautiful vocals and obviously has done some amazing things within BTS's music, but with the style of the sound, being able to just utilize your voice in such a beautiful way to match the style of the song so much. Again, we're talking about a song that, it's a little bit chill, but the things that really stand out to it definitely come from someone like Charlie, who has obviously a really great voice, at least from, this experience of listening to him for, I assume, the first time. And Jungkook, who I know to be very talented within BTS, being able to utilize those different harmonies and capture that sound, again, taking away from the fact that it's a little bit more of just kind of like a chill bop, but we're getting all of this talent coming out in the form of vocals, and I'm a fan. So let's listen to Jungkook again. Oh, that tone of his voice is so good. Oh, that harmony. Woo! Okay, two things. One, these vocal trade-offs I'm living for. Like, this is what I want when I have two artists that are this incredible vocally, like that have just this like really great range that works so well in pop music. Like this range just works so fucking well for the style that they're doing. Those vocal trade-offs, right? So good. Then getting a chance to have those harmonies come to life. Like this is those moments when like, yes, this song is a little bit like low key, but the thing about it being low key is that it becomes a summer bop, right? Like, it makes you feel good. It makes you feel happy. We've got Charlie Puth and Jungkook essentially just talking about how you've got somebody that you cannot get out of your head no matter what. And to have this, you know, little bit of guitar driven sort of instrumental as we're pushing through this, like I feel to me like it's a song that's made to be listened to in the summer. It makes you feel happy. And of course, Jungkook hits, you know, he's in that higher range a little bit when he sings. And I feel like because of that, it brings a lot of joy. Like it brings a lot of joy and happiness to what we're listening to. Oh, this was number 2. I wanted to talk about this part right here. Just watch Jungkook get that like, oh, ooh. Ooh! He's vibing. Oh my. Oh. Memories follow me left and right. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. Your love stays with me day and night. I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? I can feel you over here. I can feel you over here. You take up every corner of my mind. What you gonna do now? Oh yeah. Yes. So here's the thing. First off, I love the audio separation moments. Again, it's not a big deal. You hear it in every single song. It's not always like utilized and played to the extent that we're getting here anymore. It was something that people really fucking did a lot of when they first started figuring out that you could do this. I feel like you got it a lot, right? But one thing that I really love about that is that this song has like, because the meaning of the song is talking about not being able to have somebody escape your mind, your thoughts, every pattern, everything that you do. You think about when you have a love for somebody, whether that love is still present and you're in that relationship, or whether you've had to move on from that moment. If you are still hung up or in love with that person, you're going to struggle, right? And everything that you do is going to have this overwhelming narrative of that love in your mind. And I love the fact that they're utilizing that stereo separation as a way to just kind of like, you know, I hear you over here, I hear you over here, because you're literally everywhere. I think when you're able to take the lyrics, match it with that stereo separation, that's some really great production in my opinion. And I know that it's only a couple clicks of a button to make that happen, but little subtleties like that in music make me nerd the fuck out. So I think this is the first time I've listened to Charlie, unless he's got some like really major songs that I know of and I just haven't I'm not aware of. I like his voice. When it comes to pop music, I think pop music as a whole, it's such a blanket statement, because the reality is, though music ends up in the pop genre, so many of these bands, artists, songs could not be different, or could not be any more different, I should say. Because when I think about like his voice, for example, it's got that higher range, definitely like it almost like makes you happy when you hear him sing, right? And I feel like that paired with this kind of instrumental, it takes you to a new place. Like, I just want to dance and vibe and think about, how I'm like, all I can think about is the love of my life. What I really love is hearing Jungkook in this. Now, BTS, obviously, they are a group that have done so many things that to even give them like a genre label is hard. It's really hard to do. But what I will say is, because right now they are working on the creativity within themselves as far as a little bit of solo work goes, I would just like to say, Jungkook, welcome to this version of pop, because holy fuck, man, like he's got a vocal range that works very well in this. And I think that's really important, because it's exactly what I said about Charlie. And now Charlie, I know, dominates this sort of like pop music atmosphere. Jungkook fits right in with that. I love the higher range. He's got this softness to his voice, even in the higher notes that he hits. And one thing that really like stood out to me in this song is because they both kind of have that higher range. It was so amazing to hear them trade those vocals off, but then, the next note, bring them back together, give us this beautiful harmony to kind of live on. I guess to me, like when you think about really good matchups for collaborations, this is it. Like, this is a really good matchup when you're doing something like this. Again, we're talking about a summer banger. And one thing I love about BTS is that a lot of their big hits from like the last couple of years, #1 songs always, right? Trending on TikTok and everything else. And also like they just bring joy. They bring a level of joy and happiness. And that's definitely what I'm getting here. Though the song can be very sad if you think about the lyrical content in a way where it's this relationship is over and now this person is just like stuck like thinking about this person all the time. I actually feel like that's one way to look at it, but the other way is definitely the fact that like he was going to see the love doctor, right? He's like cash apping the love doctor to pay for these therapy sessions because he has to talk about how much he's in love with this person. And I feel like that could either be super cool, super good, or toxic. But what I love is that because the instrumental is upbeat, because the lyricism delivered from Jungkook and Charlie are so upbeat and they kind of like elevate your mood a little bit. It's almost like we're just addressing the fact that we are in love with this person, and that relationship may have ended, maybe it didn't, but I just need to make sure that I talk to somebody about it so that they don't think that I'm like losing it. But I will say that like even in Jungkook's verse, he says something about like my mind thinking about us being in your bed. And so it makes me think that regardless of making those memories or just revisiting those memories, the love is so real, you don't know what to do. But I know what I want to do. Roll the fucking windows down and jam this shit. I'm really proud. I just want to take the second to say I'm really proud of BTS. It's not easy to make an announcement that like you're going to be doing solo stuff. I know they're going to be doing group things together as well, but oftentimes I think fans can hear those kind of things. It's very easy to get on the defense. You're nervous. Oh my God, my favorite band isn't going to be together. They're not making music anymore. What am I going to do? But the reality is, I think this is one of the most healthy things that bands can do. If you are in a band that has so much talent and so much success, in order to maintain that, you have to find a way to have balance. And that balance can be in the form of taking a hiatus, taking a break, or what I think is even better because these musicians love making music, take a step back from just doing group stuff. What if the 7 of us go and explore our creative endeavors? 2 things are going to happen. 1, we're going to be able to have these moments to let ourselves free and kind of like explore different ideas and see who we are and how we sound and what we can do. The second thing that I think is really important as well is that oftentimes when this happens, the songwriting, the style, everything is elevated next time they all write an album together, because you've had everybody go out and kind of experience life in a different way. When you come back, you've got really high standards, high levels of talent. You got all these moments, and most importantly, you're just feeling very creative and inspired again. It's easy, no matter how much success you get, to turn around and start to get burned out or stale. And honestly, BTS work their fucking ass off, and like, it's insane to think that them as humans wouldn't need some sort of a chance to catch their breath, because from everything that they do, it's insane to me what they are capable of doing, like what they are able to execute on a, honestly, like for a while it kind of felt like a daily, weekly basis, like writing albums, touring, award shows, you name it. Yes, y'all, step away for a second, do something where you can like sit down. Like, I love the choreography so much, but I just want you guys to be able to rest a little bit, because I know that the less burned out that they get, the more music and content all the fans are going to get. And I know that fans just want them to be happy, because that's all we really want for the artists that we respect. And it kind of feels to me right now like this is making them happy. So I'm really excited to see what is next for the future of everybody in BTS, including BTS themselves. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think of this track. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.